Yo, what's good? It's Skano from the gutter. So here we go again with the we're next. Listen, I understand how, you immigrants, Latinos, whoever it may apply. I understand how you feel. We understand better than anyone. As far as now, I got some I'm assuming Latino commenters who say, we're uncaring, unsympathetic, you know, as if we, you know, y'all say that we're next. Let me tell you something, man. We have always been the primary focus of white America's vitriol. The hell you talking about we're next? We were first. So what y'all going through, and I said this before, since the inception of this country, since it was founded, FBA's been going through this and worse. What y'all going through ain't nothing compared to what FBA's went through and our ancestors. Every atrocity, every single, and this is not an exaggeration. It's shit that I'm not. Every atrocity you can imagine, FBAs have already been exposed to in this country. We always been the primary target. We always been in the crosshairs. The hell y'all talking about? Or where y'all been living? Oh, y'all must not know the truth, or you just didn't care. So when y'all start being hung in trees, skinned alive, gutted like cattle, literally gutted like cattle, worked to death, the inventions stolen. You know what I'm saying? Every atrocity you could think of, on every level, we've been exposed to already. And we still the primary. Don't make no mistakes now. This little shit that's going on and I'm not trying to minimize, like I said, man, I'm not sitting back applauding, the pain and suffering that, immigrants and Latinos or whoever, as far as this deportation situation, I take no pleasure in it. But something need to be done about this illegal situation. That's for damn sure. But I'm not championing. I don't stand behind this government. I damn sure don't stand behind Trump. But for y'all to come up on my talking about wait till y'all next. Where the hell y'all been, man? And that lets me know that, as much as they try to act like, oh, black and brown solidarity, y'all living in a fantasy world, la la land. Talking about we are next. Y'all didn't give a damn. It ain't that y'all didn't know. Y'all know damn well what we've been going through in this country. Like I said, from the very first day of this country's inception, we've been the main primary focus of white America's and this government's vitriol. It ain't a atrocity that been committed under this sun that black folks ain't experienced in this country. So I find it's a goddamn insult to come up here talking about wait till y'all next. So now that all of a sudden, like I said, now all of a sudden, y'all getting deported the hell out of here. Talking about, wait till, y'all ain't, this is a smidgen, like the old folks used to say. It's just a smidgen of what FBAs and our ancestors had to suffer through in this country. And we helped build this shit. You know what I'm saying? So, no, we not next. We already done been through the shit and still going through the shit. I hear these ICE agents running up in these complexes, dragging people up out of these, kicking down doors, dragging, and kids too, man. I heard in some cases kids being zip tied, butt naked, and laid out like cattle. And that still ain't, like I said, that ain't even a fraction of what we done been through in this country. And I ain't saying I'm unsympathetic at all. Not at all. Because I don't wish evil upon nobody, Well, I ain't gonna lie. There's some people in this society that need to be erased. But, talking about we are next. But what's going on in Chicago, from what I understand, people getting killed in these raids. I don't know if they were illegals or, but people have been getting killed. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, y'all see how they getting down now. Now y'all starting to see. They running around with their mask on, jumping out of U-Haul vans, the ICE agents. White vans. Yeah, we done been through it. And then some. Y'all ain't never heard of the Klan? What up? Where y'all been, man? And that's what, if anything, that's what pisses me off, man. Because y'all come over here and either you're just ignorant as hell or you just choose to ignore the history, the now shit. People getting killed. Black folks still getting targeted. You know what I'm saying? We still getting lynched. Shot on pullovers, traffic stops for being black on a Sunday in a sundown town. What talking about we next? Y'all just getting a little taste, man. And like I said, we built this shit and we still going through hell. So, welcome to our world. And like I said, I don't wish it on y'all, but to jump on my channel talking about y'all next, what the fuck you talking about, man? Go on with that, bro. Go on with that, because, like I said, we just chilling, man. We just chilling because we didn't learn the hard way. We done stuck up for others. For years, for decades, we stuck up for others. Y'all Latinos, too. You know what I'm saying? Why y'all came y'all asses over here, stuck your nose up, you know what I'm saying? To assimilate to whiteness. But now y'all starting to see what y'all already knew. But y'all must have thought y'all was immune. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all pale-skinned asses thought y'all was, you know what I'm saying? Nah, But I'll tell you this, though. Because it's some fear-mongering going on out here. And it's black folks that's in fear, too. There are some black folks who are saying, well, shit, maybe we are next. To be deported, that is, I ain't saying it ain't outside. You think for a second they don't want it. Now, if they could get away with it, if they thought for a second they could get away with it, Trump and his administration, yeah, no doubt. We ain't gonna sit here and play no games. If they thought for a second they can get... Y'all illegals don't have a leg to stand on. You new school immigrants either. Y'all don't have a leg to stand on for real. But FBAs... And I can't speak for all FBAs, but let me tell you, we'll die. We will go to war, literally. We'll tear this shit up, man. Y'all think it's chaotic now. We'll turn it, this shit will burn, man. Like I said before. We will tear this shit down. And they will have to bring the military through, and it is what it is, man. You think white folks really want to build this shit up again? Because we the ones that mainly built the shit in the first place. You think they're going to deport us and then turn around? They don't want to have to build this shit again, but that's what y'all have to do, because we'll turn this shit up, man. We turn this shit upside down, and won't nobody be safe. Not a... So, nah, we ain't going. Like I said, our ancestors built this shit. And most people, when they have as much invested in something as we have, as far as the foundation and the construction of this country, even though the system is what it is, we'll put our life on the line for that. We ain't going no goddamn where. Now, there's some FBAs talking about, maybe being deported ain't the worst thing in the world, being as, this racist construct that America is. And be careful. Like I said, your ass turn around, you mess around and be, in a third world country bathing with wildlife and shit. I'm not going nowhere, man. And I don't want to see this shit burn. I got kids, I got grandkids. But at the end of the day, man, nah, we ain't going. So y'all can go on with that fear mongering and shit, talking about we next. We next. We were first. So keep that in mind, And a lot of y'all need to take y'all ass home, And don't expect black folks to get on these front lines protesting for y'all because we been down that road before. We always been outspoken for others and stood up against this system and the wickedness we know firsthand. So yeah, we did have compassion. Only to have y'all turn around and spit in our face. So can you blame us if we give no fucks? Talking about we next. No, we were first. But I tell you what, like I said, we not going. We're not going nowhere. This is our shit. And like I said, man, we willing to do whatever it take. And if it costs our lives, and if it sound like just rhetoric, like I said, let them try that shit. And I know when Trump's, his sick, twisted, sociopathic, demented, dementia-riddled mind, he would love to deport us up out of here. Probably for a select few bootlickers. But yeah, they love to get us up out of here. But like I said, let them try. We so deeply implemented in this shit. You know what I'm saying? This country wouldn't even survive without us. Y'all talking about, this country will fall apart without FBAs. Hell out of here, man. So, like I said, nah, we ain't going. And we won't be on no front lines. So y'all can try to gaslight with all the fear-mongering, woo-woo, and that shit is not working. We not worried. But I tell you what, if they do start targeting black communities and pulling this shit that they doing, y'all think it's chaos now? We will tear this shit up. And y'all will have to bring the National Guard, the military, the Navy, the Black Seal, all that shit y'all gonna have to bring up through here, dog, because we ain't going. So, like I said, man, stop it. No ops left Scano. You already know.